All right, hi everybody, John Meadows here, and it's Wednesday. I told you we would come back on Wednesday, and we will put this video up today. We're getting ready to train. It's about 10 o'clock here Wednesday morning. So today for our full body workout, we're going to start with legs. A lot of you mentioned, you asked, why did you start with upper body, not legs, which is a legitimate question. And my plan was to start with legs today. What I would do is, on one day I would start with upper body, then I would do legs, and then the next full body workout I would start with legs, and then I would do upper body. That's how I would structure it. A couple things to note that I thought was interesting. I had my deep tissue work done on Tuesday. I get that done I've had it done for 14 years straight now. And when she was kind of working on the area in my pec insertion, the tissue was a little more sore than it usually is. And I think that was probably because we did the barbell work first. I think if you follow me, I don't usually do the barbell work first. I do it second. So I do feel like that was a little bit harder on my connective tissue, starting with that first. So for me, it wouldn't be a good idea to start every chest or press movement with a barbell press. I think that's probably just too hard on that's too much frequency, too hard. Even if I left reps in the tank, that's still probably too much for my connective tissue. So today, I doubt we'll do a barbell for the press we do. The other thing is, I tried to leave maybe a couple reps in the tank, maybe one or two. I know some people like to leave more than that, but I just find it difficult to even project. Like if you say leave 5 reps in the tank, for example, I don't really know what that feels like. At no point during my set do I say, okay, I think I have 5 reps left. I think I know when I have 1 left or 2. But, I've been training for just 35 years now. I don't know what 5 reps feels like. So I try to keep the 1 to 2 reps in the tank so I didn't kill myself. And some I went to failure on exercises that allowed you to do that safely. So I'm going to use that same approach today. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This is Wednesday, and we'll see how today goes. So we're going to start with leg curls. I pick leg curls because if we start with a stiff-legged deadlift, probably not a good idea to sequence those before squats. I don't want my lower back worn out before I squat. And I think leg curls are a better choice. Plus, those of you who follow me know that I love to do leg curls before squats. I just think it's a great sequence. So what we're going to do here is, normally I like to work up to a set where I just go crazy. I do drops, I do partials, I do iso holds. But again, you have to kind of pull back a little bit because we're doing legs again on Friday. So I'm going to do 3 sets of 8 reps where I'm kind of close to failure, like I'm right there, but I'm not going to do the extra high intensity techniques I usually do. So we're going to do 3 or 4 warm-ups. It just takes a while to get warmed up, especially since it's 10 degrees outside. And then we're going to do that 3 sets of 8 here. That's where we're going to start. Then we're going to head over to the squat rack. So just a couple pointers on here. I know a lot of people like to tell you to drive your hips into the pad. That's fine, but what I'd rather see you do is actually flex your abs as your leg curl in the weight. So tighten your core, flex your abs. You'll find that you're a little stronger, and you can get a very powerful contraction that way in your hamstrings. I don't worry about plantar flexing or dorsiflexing my feet. I know a lot of people are obsessed with that. When I plantar flex my foot, point my toe down like that, I feel it all in my calves. I'm not trying to do these for calves, I'm trying to do them for hamstrings. So I also tend to be a little more explosive on these when I drive the weight up and a little slower on the way down. I probably should have slowed them down a little bit today, but I like to lower with a good eccentric count and then explode up, which I know a lot of people don't do that for hamstrings, but it's very beneficial for athletes too if you're an athlete. Anyway, so I just finished my 3rd set there, so now we're gonna go squat. Okay, warming up here on squats. We're using the transformer bar, but you could use a regular squat or you could use a safety bar or a regular squat. I just don't like putting a barbell on my back now. I've had some issues with that. So this is a good alternative for me. Again, do what you want. We actually have this set up to be more like a front squat, the way we have the transformer bar set up the way everything's loaded. But again, just squat. That's your second movement. So I'm going to kind of follow the same pattern we did on the incline barbells on Monday. Work up to a tough 8, get a tough 8, and then move on to the next exercise.
Stay tight. 6, 7. One more. Come on.
All right, so a couple things on the squats here. I've got kind of a moderate stance. It's certainly not wide. I would actually consider it kind of narrow. It's just more quad focused. A lot of people will put their heel on the wedges. You'll see like Chasm from N1 doing that. I'm pretty fortunate. I got real flexible ankles, so I don't really need to do that to really target my quads. If you want to go wider, that's fine too. I just want a good squat here. If you want to do a little more glute, you know, go a little wider. If you want more adductors, you go a little wider and deeper. So I got to slow down. I'm kind of catching myself doing what I was doing on Monday. I was moving too fast. You don't want to move real fast on these compound movements. Not a good idea. You want to rest, preferably 3 minutes, roughly. Get your strength back. And so I was going, then Brett was going, then I was going. So we got to slow it down. So we're going to slow it down now. But remember, when you're doing those big compound movements, don't rush. Come on. All right, so I just got, I don't know, 365, 375, something like that for 8. Actually, I did 7. When the 6th and 7th rep, my lower back felt a little funny. So it's time to shut it down when I feel that. I didn't have many reps left anyway. So now we're going to go to upper body, and we're going to start with chins. We did a row on Monday. So I want to do a pull type movement this way. And actually this will be good because my lower back's a little tight now, and the chin up actually will give me a little traction for my spine. But anyways, we're going to do a banded chin. I personally love banded chins. I can get up and do chins without the band, but with the band, I can get up higher into the movement. And it's a different kind of stress. Like if you've never done them, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but if you have done a banded chin, they feel so good when you can get up into the movement and really squeeze your back. So I love banded chins. I love them. So we're going to start with 4 sets here. I don't want to say quite to failure, but if your form starts breaking down, you stop. If you keep doing form, or if you keep doing chins with bad form, you're going to get tendonitis in your elbows. That's a given. So we're going to keep our form nice and tight and hit 4 sets here for back. All right, so we did our chins. I have a fantastic pump in my upper back. Feels great. Now we're going to go to our press. I wanted to pick an exercise that wasn't as hard on our connective tissue after the barbell pressing we did on Monday. So we got this prime machine. The way I have the weight loaded down here, it means more of the stress is going to go in the top of the lockout. Whereas if we would have had the weight loaded up here, it would have been more at the bottom. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to lighten it up at the bottom, ease up on my shoulders and connective tissue, and focus more on the contraction. So what we're doing here is we've done 3 warm-up sets, and now we're going to do 4 sets of 10. Since we're working the top, now you got to lock them out and you got to flex. If you don't lock them out, then there's really you're working against not a whole lot of resistance. So all the way through and lock and squeeze. If you don't have this machine, which you probably don't, you could work dumbbells too. You can work really you can work any machine. I just wanted a break from the barbell, really. So anyways, these feel fantastic. Okay, so now we're moving on to shoulders. We're going to do more rear delt. Monday we did the Y raise, which was a lot of side delt, and so we're going to get back on rear delt. This is also good for your traps, your rhomboids, So think of it as kind of rear delt all the way across the other rear delt, lower traps, rhomboids, and the other rear delt. We're not pulling into our face. It's almost like a row. We're pulling this way, okay? So we're not pulling like that, we're pulling like this. That angle will give you a little bit more rear delt. Oh, and the other thing, we got double ropes set up here so we can get a little bit more range of motion. So, 2 ropes. We're going to do 3 sets of 12 here. Okay, shoulders are on fire now. We're going to actually do a superset for bis and tris. I want to get some more blood in there, man. I just love the pump, you know? So we're actually going to keep the same dual rope attachment here and move this up. And we're going to do a little bit more isolation on our triceps. If you remember Monday, we did a close grip bench press. This is a little bit more isolation. Then I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to lean back against the pad and do some hammer curls where we really get a good stretch on the lower bicep. So we're going to do about 10 reps here, 10 reps here, and we're going to do 4 supersets. So let's get some blood pumping in those arms now. We'll go up and we'll probably go a little bit heavier. That was a little bit light, so we'll go up a little bit weight on our next 3 rounds. Notice how he's keeping his elbows tucked in. He's letting his forearm come up and stretch. And good contraction, that's what you want. Nice. All right, so we're wrapping up with calves. We're doing 4 sets of 10 on the standing raise. Real good stretch at the bottom on every single rep you get. Make sure you come back on Friday for our last whole body workout and then some of my final thoughts on whole body training. So